listen over. You a queen when I less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Hey, hey. Girl, you're such a powerful woman.
Hi ninjas, how are you doing? It's a girl, Owamie, aka Miss Fair Focal, bring back for our entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that you subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now, my ninjas, ciao. We need to talk about the situation that I actually saw. Now, I know that this is old news, but it's also tapping into new news. So stay with me, okay? Shababa, stay with me. But anyway, we have got a lady here by the name of Mihlali, who was working at a restaurant called Babel in Pretoria. If I'm not mistaken, that was in Main Lane. And so she worked there. Seems like she did not work there long. And what had happened was she made a TikTok video, and she was explaining how they were treated horribly. She was explaining how they were basically being exploited and abused. So some of the stuff that she spoke about was that, number one, they had to buy their own uniform. That's number one. They also had to buy their own cutlery in terms of the what do they call this? Bottle or penna, and stuff like this, which are essential for your work, which you would assume would be provided at work. That's another thing. Another thing again was that they were not given any basic salary whatsoever. So you only came and you were only working on tips. They would penalize you for literally anything. And the amounts of money that they would penalize you with just did not make sense whatsoever, So they were exploiting them. They literally were just exploiting them. And she even put out group text messages, and you could literally see the disrespect that was actually happening in that place. At first I was like, when I saw those messages, I was like, screw you guys, I'm going home. Okay, Babel, screw you, whiz out, Shibaba, whiz out, Now, obviously, as a video, it did go viral. It did land in the Twitter streets. And let me tell you something. When I tell you guys that they were raiding that mother freaking nigger in 2 days, it was no joke. It was a sting operation for sure, because they did not know. They did actually arrest the owner, who I don't know if he's the owner or the manager, but someone that is in a managerial position there was actually arrested. And 2 employees, if I'm not too mistaken, 2 or 3, that are foreigners that were not documented or something. Or even if they were documented, they did not have proper documents to be working there. So of course, everybody was just like, oh my gosh, pray for Mihlali. We hope that our girl is gonna be safe, because this business entity has actually put in a lot of money, and you could actually just see that, a lot is going on. So this is what was also posted by IOL News. They said the joint inspection operation carried out at Main Lane's Swanky Babel restaurant and the nearby Ocean Basket has found both entities owed their workers over 1.3 million rands in unpaid wages. So you could see that they were definitely just exploiting their workers, right? Now, when I tell you guys that we are glad that Mihlali said something, because this is something that is starting to get addressed. It now went on overboard. Guys, they started a whole mission cleanup. I wouldn't even say mission dudula, but mission boza everybody, So this is the other thing again that I will not even lie to you guys. I did not know. I thought that if you have your passport, you're documented, you can work. Apparently not. You can't work with your passport. You actually have to have a work permit, So for me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My heart breaks, my heart does break for these individuals. And let me tell you why my heart breaks for them. First of all, you're leaving your country, you're coming to a foreign country, right? You find that obviously you did come to the country legally. You do have your passport, it was stamped, everything is fine. So you believe that you have got documents. As I'm saying, I'm a South African and I really didn't know that. I mean, I understood, or rather, I knew of a work permit, but I don't know why. Maybe in the dorm, guys. I don't know. But for me, I was like, okay, even if you just have your passport, you could work. But can't they know? That's not how it works. So imagine like coming to this country and then looking for a job, right? Mihlali, if you look at her TikTok page, you will see that she seems like she lives in a house or an apartment or something, you know. So she's not someone that is like struggling. From what I saw, she's not someone that is like struggling. Like I've seen people that are going through the worst. So I feel like she was definitely at a position where she could let go of the job and she could actually just go home. Do you understand? But there are certain people that obviously do not have that luxury because they don't have a home here, you know. If they're not working there, then even if they're getting abused there, then they have to just stay for that abuse, which is very, very sad. Because I remember she was talking about how she went to work and she made 100 rands that day, and then they still wanted 200. So she went to work to owe them 100 rands. Imagine that nonsense, you know. And so they did find people that did not have work permits and they were arresting them, you know. So these people are essentially like out of work, they don't have work right now, and I guess they're gonna, I don't know if they're gonna deport them or are they gonna detain them. I don't know how that's gonna work, because if you do have a passport, you're legally here, you're just not legally supposed to work. So I don't know how they're actually gonna go about that, you know. Now the people that the industry that they were going for was actually like the, you know, the what, hospitality. So, you know, they're going to waitresses, waiters, you know, these restaurants and stuff like that. That's what we saw mostly that they were going for. And as much as they've cleaned out a lot of people, others didn't even get caught because they ran away. When they found that, you know, their friends have been arrested, others were even living through the ceiling when they arrived. So, you know, they were running away. I don't know how this is going to be, but I have a huge feeling that it is about to affect the restaurant business highly. 1,000% highly. I am happy that people are not going to be exploited, obviously. However, I also am just concerned of the fact that, guys, and I know when I say things like this, I get attacked. How many of us actually want those jobs and are serious about wanting those jobs? And when I say are serious about wanting those jobs, is you are going to wake up even when it's as cold as it was today and go to work. Are the actions actually going to match? I saw there was a newspaper that actually published that there are people that are in Soweto City. Apparently there was something that had happened there, and you know, about my friend's shop, you know, one of Abo my friend did something and they ended up chasing them away. And then now I hear that they're saying that Abo my friend should come back. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, guys, you mean to tell me that in a whole ekasi, there's no one that can actually have an idea to say, let me go and open sorry, a spaza shop exactly where the spaza shop was at? Because remember, the people that they want pushed out are the about my friend, because of their actions have just been crazy. You understand? So for you guys to like kick those people out and still now go back to beg them to come back, that's madness to me. Honestly, my personal opinion, that's absolutely crazy. We all know the only reason why their stuff are cheaper is because they're selling rotten stuff, they're selling expired stuff, they're selling non-hygienic stuff, they're selling stuff that they themselves do not eat, and they're selling stuff that they do not give to their kids. Pisses the crap out of me. I don't know what type of a country we have where we are okay to ingest poison just as long as it's a bit of a cheaper poison. You can literally go to a Cambridge, you can literally go to a ShopRite and buy those stuff. Because for me, I mean, I don't know, guys, like, yeah, this country is just, yeah, kuningi man, kuningi. So for me, I'm just like asking myself, are we gonna have enough people that are South Africans that are gonna go and fill those positions that have been removed? Because from what I've seen, yeah, I don't know. Is it gonna be the same situation that is happening now in Soweto City or whatever? I don't know. But anyway, do go ahead and comment below what you guys think. Do you believe that, all these foreigners that were working? Because for me, I feel like it's that thing of, okay, at least they were not out here killing people. They were not out here robbing people. They're out there like trying to earn an honest living. The only unfortunate part is obviously the fact that they don't have those work permits, which again, I do have to also say, due to the corruption that we have in this country of South Africa, they make it very difficult for foreigners to get work permits, because even if you qualify, they don't want to give it to you without you having to bribe. Majority of the, like, at most times. Foreigners are also going through a lot in this country, guys. Like, I don't even want to lie. So some of them do not have those work permits, not because they did not want to follow the law, but because it was impossible for them to get it, because they were required to now bribe with a lot of money. And again, we can go back to the whole ideology or the system that I saw people talking about, to say that, no, why don't these people just go back to their country and do this and do that? I would also agree to say that, I think that foreigners, especially African foreigners, again, they say that there's no foreigner in Africa, but I'm saying, if you were not born in South Africa, you've got your own government, go fight your government. Go fight your government so that you and your kids, your great grandkids, can have a better future in their own ancestors' land. Because you cannot be jumping fences and suffering in South Africa. Your children jump fences to suffer here. Your grandkids, your great grandkids. It takes one generation that has to fight the people in power in order for things to change. And if all of you guys are going to be here, who's going to be fighting back home? You have to go and fight. That's personally me, what I believe. I feel like rather go and fight your government, because it's really painful to see all this happening. Me personally, guys, like, I would not even lie. I think I've spoken about this. I grew up in Venda, Zimbabweans and vendors and Tongas. Like, for me, due to the fact that we grew up with Zimbabweans, like, literally in our yard, I've always just felt like, oh, they're like, I've never felt like a difference, However, like, looking at it now, being an adult, I'm like, one generation needs to stop the nonsense that is happening with the government, wherever it is, guys. Honestly, and I do understand that it's quite difficult for other countries, maybe, but wafa, guys, like, get rich or die trying. Do you understand what I mean? But it really, honestly, is such a sad situation. I don't want to lie. It's a sad situation to see. I saw that there was one where it was a fish and chips, I think. And when they arrived there, the oil was, but no one was there. Like, the shop is open, everybody ran away. Everyone, which means that all of them there, not even a single one has got work permits, or none of them actually has, like, the right documents to be working there. So imagine, like, stuff like that. It really, honestly, is quite sad. But I am happy that, South Africa is starting to take control back. I do hope that, we will get to a better future as a country as well, because, guys, South Africa has just gotten to be a very bad place. And we can't, guys, like, I understand that we do have South Africans that are committing crimes, but we also have a lot of foreigners as well that are here committing crimes. So let us just deal with in-house situations before we now have to tackle foreigners that are also committing crime in this country. We can't deal with that. So that's why I just feel like, as much as it's painful, try maybe go back to your countries and also fight your government so that they can provide a better future for you guys and your future great grandkids, okay? But yeah, man, go ahead and comment down below what you guys have to think about this. I do have to say, I commend Mihlali for being brave, and I hope that she is actually gonna be safe, because yeah, she really did start something that was quite huge. Anyway, from Owamie, I love you guys, stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.